My phone has been absolutely blowing up today with notifications about Ethereum's big moves over the past 24 hours, so I thought we'd take another look from yesterday and see what has happened. Let's get into it. Welcome back into the Ethereum chart, guys. If you'd like to buy Ethereum's ETH coin or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And as you can see, ETH has had a fantastic run over the last 24 hours. In fact, we were expecting to see a bounce off this key point of resistance at the $1,500 mark. That didn't happen. We saw the volume come in over here on the 18th of July and we burst through that key point of resistance. So really good stuff. In fact, today on the 19th of July, we have gotten up to a high so far of $1,631 US. We're currently sitting at a value of $1,532, still sitting above our key point of resistance, or what was resistance but is now support. So really good stuff right there, guys. Now for this video, basically we've seen what's been going on, I suppose, from a bit more of a longer term perspective, but I'm just going to chuck in place for our own reference a little bit of, I suppose, a overall trend line from right up the top here of our previous peak. As you can see, we have certainly breached that downwards trending line that we had seen up here. Before, it was sitting something a bit like this, a nice little channel downwards. Well, not nice, obviously we don't want to see the price down, but that has been absolutely smashed. And as you can see, we are now sitting out of it. And given we don't have much price data to go off outside of this point, I want to go to basically the daily chart for this part. So the hourly chart rather. Let's go into the hourly. And as you can see on the hourly chart, things are looking very good at the moment. As you can see, we managed to get through. There was a quick little test over here before we dipped and then smashed it. We've come back down. We've consolidated a bit. We've rested on this key point of support for quite a few hours now, and it's looking like we're going to start swooping back upwards. If we can see an upwards move over the next 24 hours to go and test possibly this next point of resistance over at the 1,600/1,700 mark, we are in for a massive run, in my opinion. This is all coupled with the Bitcoin breakout we are possibly seeing. I've just released a quick video on that, quick 13-second video, so go check that out. But let's extract ourselves now back out to that daily chart. So here we go. Flash back in, reset how everything looks. There you go. Really good stuff at this point in time. Now, initially we can put in place a little bit of, I suppose, an upwards trend in this sense, and we can probably quite safely put in a top line for it as well. As you can see here, we've bounced off both these points. We're in a short-term upwards trending channel, which has lasted about a week now and has broken 1, 2, 3 points of resistance. So very bullish. And quite frankly, even though we have seen, I suppose, a bit of an uptick in the buying volume, as you can see here, it hasn't been anything ridiculous. I mean, if we really zoom out and look at some previous runs we've had, you can see that the volume is quite a bit higher and it remains like that quite consistently. So we're talking up here. As you can see, there's not really a comparison. As we sift over to this, we are sitting slightly below, I suppose, where we would typically see massive buying action start to occur. But all in all, very positive sign at this point in time. RSI, I reckon, would be off the charts at the moment. And as you can see, we almost did. We almost were off the charts. We just almost touched our 70 mark. 68.81's as high as her. I can't even speak, guys. That's how excited I am. That is the highest we got. Now, 65.15 is where we're currently sitting. You can see that's obviously based off, we've hit that top point of in our channel. We're seeing a bit of consolidation occur, so the buying has slightly dropped. I wouldn't be surprised to see traders starting to take a few profits because we have seen about 12% in a day, so that is a big move. Now, where does this leave us? Well, I think we do need to, I suppose, cool off slightly. We don't really want to go into the overbought section, although When hype comes into it, it will likely occur. If we could cool off and come back down to even maybe the 60 mark and then start progressing upwards, that would be ideal. The key for us now is to maintain, I suppose, our trajectory in this sort of upwards trending channel as we see just there. But all in all, looking very, very nice at this point in time. MACD, let's have a quick look at that one as well. I imagine not much has changed except for we're seeing that the 12-day EMA is moving further away from the 26-day EMA, going upwards, really, really good. If we see the 26 pass this 0 point line, that would be fantastic as well. And we will see some strength really coming back into Ethereum's ETH coin. And I think we're going to start to see this sort of thing across the rest of the market as well. We just need to consistently see these higher highs and higher lows for that to occur. Now, one other thing I want to take a look at is our moving averages. And the reason for that is because we haven't looked at these in, I suppose, quite some time now. So first and foremost, let's have a look at our 20-day moving average. I'll plug that one in. That is the blue line there. And then we're going to chuck in as well our 50-day moving average. We'll make that a red line to make it a bit more clear. What you're seeing is that 20-day come up to try and cross the 50-day. Really, really good stuff there. I'm just going to see if it'll let me add in one more moving average as well, which will be right here, our 100-day moving average. I just want to check that, but I'll quickly change it then to our 200-day afterwards, because that is what we typically do use. Now the 100-day, we are getting close to it. As you can see here, really, really good stuff. But let's quickly change that to our 200-day moving average. That's the real long-term one we want to have a look at. It's not actually too far off, guys. It's sitting at 2,445. So realistically, yes, it is, I suppose, 75% higher, but all in all, not far off. If we start to see this 20-day moving average cross these key points, and of course, our price action managing to maintain that, we will see some big, big moves. Probably the most significant thing that we're seeing at the moment is the fact that our price has gotten back above this 50-day moving average. That is really good for the strength of the coin overall in the long term. And I think we are certainly going to see that 20-day moving average now come up and cross, and they will both act as key points of support for us moving forward as well. So the key here is really to maintain the trend moving in an upwards direction. Even if it cools off and we start to go sideways before another move, that's absolutely fine. Consolidation's good, selling is good in healthy levels. We don't want to see it just absolutely shoot up because it's going to come crashing down otherwise. But all in all, I'm thinking this chart at the moment is looking good. The channel's looking good. What is my target? Well, my target is going to be this mark here. It's probably sitting at roughly, 1,690. But for argument's sake, we're going to call it 1,700 USD. That wraps up today's analysis on Ethereum's ETH coin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video, please make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.